Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tori, and I am your wedding and family photographer located in Arizona. So today's video is going to be how I turned the photo on the left into the photo on the right. This was a wedding, very princessy kind of a feel, so I wanted to do a real dramatic edit for them, a real warm edit with a little bit of green, and so I'm going to show you how I did it. It's fairly easy. There's a lot of steps involved, but that's what we're here for, is to learn. So I have a preset for this. However, I'm not going to use that. Instead, I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. So let's get started. I'm going to reset the image entirely for you. All right, let's create this. So first thing what we need to do is straighten and align. We're going to apply a lens correction here. Then we're going to go ahead and crop and align this. And I might want to change the alignment a little bit. Let me see. About right there. There we go. They're straightened out a little bit. That's better. All right, let's start at the top and work our way down. I'm not going to do too much with the exposure because I really kind of like the moody look. I am going to bring the contrast down a little tiny bit. And the highlights, let's see what that looks like if we bring that down for the sky. About right there. Shadows, we're going to bring up a little tiny bit. Going to bring up the whites. And we're going to bring up the blacks. This kind of just balances everything on the image. Remember, it's a bunch of small little things that make a big difference in the final result. I'm going to go ahead and bring the clarity down a little bit because I want it to be a little more soft, not so high clarity situation. And the vibrance, we're going to bring it down. And now don't let this scare you because we're going to add color back in. And we're going to bring the saturation down. There we go. All right. Next thing, we are going to play with color grading. Now remember, as I say every time, we have to trust the process. Things are going to get a little bit weird before they get better. I really like to put this over on the green side, about right there. Now I know that's kind of green, but we're going to fix that up. Okay. So after we've done that, we are going to play with some tone curves. Let's start with this one. This is where it's going to make a huge difference up here in this tone curve. Don't be afraid of using tone curves. They're very handy. And we're going to create kind of like a small S shape. As you can see, we've kind of taken a lot of color out of the image by all the adjustments so far, but that's okay. Let's play with our reds. I'm going to bring this one up a little bit. Remember to trust the process. All right, slight S curve there. Let's go to our greens. There we go, we're getting somewhere. Don't freak out, it's gonna get better. See, it's already looking better, huh? Already looking better. We're gonna play with our colors here. Let's go ahead and start with saturation. I made some notes as to how I had this image set, so I'm gonna go ahead and just apply these color adjustments. If you want, you can fast forward about 15 seconds if you don't want to watch me do all of these adjustments, because I wrote notes down as to exactly how I had this edited so I could show you. But if you want to stick around and watch, that is okay too. I just ask that you don't actually leave the video, just keep watching. All right, now we are going to add just a little bit of grain into this, not much, just some. It kind of adds a nice effect to the image. Yeah, about 25, and let's bring this up to about 65. Yeah, don't be afraid to play with grain. It's a very handy tool. Okay, so this is where we're at so far. As you can see, there was a lot of color adjustments on here, which you saw me edit those. If you shoot at a wedding venue that you shoot at all the time, and you make one really awesome image, you can just save all those edits as a preset, which I highly encourage that you do that. So then that way you're not having to readjust these colors on every single edit. Like I had said before, I'm not finished with this image yet, but when it's done, I had saved a preset. So then that way, whenever I shoot again at this venue, and I take the clients into this foresty area for their photos, it makes editing very easy because I can just click a button and then make a few minor adjustments. So I don't have to do this elaborate editing every single time. All right, let's go ahead and warm this image up a little bit, and then I want to make this light pop. Okay, so we're going to take a brush tool and we're going to go ahead and pop that on there. Okay, let's bring up the exposure, bring up the warmth. We want that sun to kind of peak nicely, make it even bigger. Bring that highlight up, bring shadows up on that so it's nice and bright because that is the sun peeking through. I'll bring up the clarity, no, sorry, bring that down so it's a little bit fuzzy, and then some dehaze on that so it really looks like a good pop of light there. And I'm going to erase just a little bit off this tree. There we go. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is just bring up a little bit of clarity on her flowers, on her dress. I like the dark spots of this image. I like to bring clarity on the twigs because it just, it's a foresty area, and then keep the rest of the image very, very soft. All right, I want to do just a little bit of skin smoothing on her, just because from far away, her skin looks just a little bit rough, but that's not because of her skin, that's because of the overall adjustments that I have created to the image. So I just want to fix that on her skin. Okay. Let's just brush her skin so it's nice and soft, avoiding the eyes. We don't want to touch the eyes. And then I'm even going to do that on her arms. Okay. That looks so much better. You see how her skin is so much more romantic and it's not affected by all the adjustments that we did? Last thing, let's go ahead and take a gradient. Just going to bring them up hardly anything, like about right there. And just slightly bringing up the saturation a little tiny bit on them. All right, and that is the final image. We did a lot of work to this. What you could do now at this point, after you've done all of this editing, you could go up here and do create a preset. It'll have all the actions saved. You can title it like woods or whatever you want to do, and then hit create. And then that way, the next time you shoot at that venue or you have more images within that gallery that you want to apply the same edit to, you can just paste it onto the next image and then just make a few minor, adjustments here and there just to make it look better. So that was our before. And that is our after. Let me know what you think about this edit. If you like it, if you would change something, you could even take this image into Photoshop if you wanted and use the Liquify tool and really bring her dress out even more and add a little bit of flowiness to that if you really wanted to. I did not want to for this image, but just an idea is something that you could do. Comment below, please subscribe. Any subscriptions really supports my channel and encourages me to keep doing this for people learning or just wanting to see what other photographers do. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.